Hello my beautiful beings and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite ships of all time. These ships are very dear to me and it's kind of weird because they have switched places in like the last couple of months, so this is brand new to me. But let's go. So let's start off with number 10. So number 10 is Queen Victoria and Prince Albert from Victoria and in real life. I love them personally, just even in real life. Their love story is one of the best to even read about, and just to see how much love they had for each other, and even after he died, how she was always in mourning, even though second longest reigning monarch of England. The show, the actors portrayed them very well, and they show the chemistry that we would have seen even if we actually were watching the real life people. So the actors do a great job of showing their love life, and it's always just fun to see how their life progressed, and I just love them. Number 9 is Chandler and Monica from Friends. I love Friends. I've watched all the seasons multiple times. I didn't know anything about Chandler and Monica's relationship before watching the show, so when I got to the part where they're in London and they get together, I was just as shocked, even though I watched this 10-15 years after that episode premiered. Favorite episode still to this day is the one where everyone finds out, because it's the funniest and they reveal that they love each other, and it just makes me happy. And I like how they complement each other, even though you're like, wait, what? How are they together? But it just works and I really love them. Number 8 is Klaus and Cami from the originals. Now, I'm gonna get some hate for this because everyone's like, Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. No. No. I watched the originals before I watched Vampire Diaries, so that's why I'm a little more biased towards the originals first, because I went back and watched the Vampire Diaries after I started watching the originals. But I've always loved Klaus and Cami, and I always rooted for them to get together. And I waited 3 seasons for them finally to get together just to have my heart broken. It still hurts. After they finally kiss, his ex-girlfriend, spoilers by the way, kills her. And she gets turned into a vampire. Which I'm like, okay, that's whatever. She's a vampire now. They can maybe be together. No. They go on this long thing of like, oh, I don't know, maybe, blah, blah, blah. But then his ex-best friend from 1,000 years ago freaking kills her. So one of my favorite characters dies, and then that ship just poof went away. I'm still mad about it, but I still love them, and I wish that that didn't happen, but the originals just ended, so it's Julia Peck. So we're not even going to get into that. I just loved them, but they just ended in a very sad way. Number 7, a childhood favorite, is Kim and Ron from Kim Possible. We're watching So the Drama and freaking out that they finally kissed. Oh, I still go back and watch the seasons every couple months, and I'm always happy to see them get together once again. And the last season still breaks my heart, just as it is the last season, and it just makes my heart flutter. Them like have a cute relationship. It was kind of awkward in the show, but it's Disney Channel, so what do you expect? But I always love to see them together, and the last episode where they kissed in the car as they drive into the sunset hurts. But we'll see what happens in the live action movie. It's probably going to be terrible, but we'll see. Number 6. This one hurts because this used to be like my number 3 or 4. Hiccup and Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon. It is my favorite movie of all time. 1, 2, and 3. 3's not even out yet, but I'm counting it. I've watched their relationship grow from the first movie to the TV series to the second movie. When I saw the second movie, I was so happy that they were together. Always loved them, and watching the relationship grow, even in the Netflix TV series that's totally meant for kids, but I still love it anyway. When he gives heard the betrothal necklace, I was crying because I'm like, finally, my babies are together. And I better see a wedding or them already married in the flippin' third movie. I love them. Number 5, Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. I am a huge fan of Pride and Prejudice. It has been one of my favorite books for a very long time, and I love every version of it. I've seen every version so many times, but my favorite, of course, is the 1995 TV series because it describes the book so well. But I just love seeing their relationship unfold and how they've overcome their challenges, and they make me happy. And even though they're both idiots at sometimes, they're perfect for each other, and it's one of my faves. So, number 4, this one hurts because it used to be number 2. Betty and Jughead from Riverdale, also known as Bughead. This is one of my newest favorite ships. This one caught me and freaking dragged me into a hole because, I really liked Riverdale when I started watching it. I did start watching it because of Cole Sprouse, but that's just because I have a love for Cole Sprouse. And by episode 6, I was hooked into Riverdale, and that's when Betty and Jughead had their first kiss, and I knew I was a goner. Through the rest of season 1, I loved them so much, and they were one of my main reasons for watching Riverdale, besides, of course, the plotline and the mystery and the characters. But season 2 then broke me. If you follow my social medias, you know you've seen my Riverdale rants. They're very bad. So season 2 kind of pushed them back from like my number 2 spot, because what happened with season 2 just hurts me. But they're over that now. We don't want that ever again, and we have high hopes for season 3. We already know at the very beginning that they're back to their detective duo team, and I'm happy and they're happy. That's what we know so far. There was going to be drama, of course, in their relationship because it's a teen drama and it's Riverdale, but right now we're good. Hopefully it stays good and they are endgame. Number 3, this one even hurts more because it used to be my number 1. This one was my number 1 from the age of 4 till this year, last year, whatever. Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter. This hurts me. They have always been my favorite ship. They were my first ever ship. And there was the main reason why I loved Harry Potter so much was because of Ron and Hermione. That was before I went and read all the books and became a true Potterhead. But now I'm way too addicted to Harry Potter, and it's probably the most obsessive thing I have. But I have always loved them, and watching their love story just happen, even though it's rough and it's different from the books and the movies, I'm not going to get into that. I just have always personally loved them and rooted for their relationship. My favorite scene still in Deathly Hallows Part 1 is when he comes back and how the tiny ball of light goes to his heart. That is hurt. It hurts me still. And it's one of my favorite scenes in Deathly Hallows, even in the book, besides, of course, the later half. But their kiss was ruined in the movie. But the book kiss is still number 1. And in my dream state, they live happily ever after, where others might think not. But that's just me. So, now, on to number 2. Zilla and Flynn Rider, or Eugene Prince Herbert, as he goes by now. As we all know, I love Tangled. If you guys saw my dorm room tour, you know that I have a tapestry right over there that is of Tangled. I watched the TV series that's aimed toward little kids. I love Tangled. I can watch that movie on repeat over and over and over again. It's my favorite, like my 3rd favorite movie of all time. I love Tangled, but just even watching like the movie for the first time back in like 7th grade, I just remember loving everything about it and loving their relationship, and then her saving him. The first time I bawled my eyes out because I thought he was really dead. And it just makes me happy, and I went to see Beauty and the Beast in 3D just to see their wedding in a little short film. And I love it. I have the Tangled classic wedding doll of her in her dress back at home. I love it. It's my little baby, but I love Rapunzel and Eugene. They're communicative, they support each other, and they're actually pretty much goals, so I love them. Now, on to my number one. This one should have been my number one for a very long time. I'm surprised it wasn't. It was always at number 3. This one's a little sad too, but this is me we're talking about. So I go crazy over TV shows, and my number one is Sam and Freddie from iCarly. Season 3 onward, I shipped them like crazy. And when I lost my mind, I still will watch that kiss scene because it's so cute how he basically tells her that he loves her too by setting down the thing and going to her and kissing her in front of everyone, and it still hurts. Oh, I love that kiss. And then just watching the rest of their relationship. Dan Schneider did not, granted it is a TV show, and if you look back on his shows that he kind of ruins it after season 4, but that's just a whole other thing about Nickelodeon. And it just fell apart, and it bugs me still, and oh, it's like it went back to like, oh, he's in love with Carly, oh, he's in love with Sam. I'm like, no, he's in love with Sam. That's just me going crazy. And just watching the last episode and hinting that they might get back together, but then she leaves Kat, and then Sam and Kat happen in the episode where he comes to visit, that they're still in love with each other, but nothing happens. It has been stinking 6 years since that show ended, and I still think about how they would end up back together. This is what I do in my free time when I'm not doing fashion homework, which is so stupid, but I always think about how they would get back together, and in my mind that they did get back together, and maybe at the 10-year reunion of the show ending, something might happen. Who knows? That's a dream of mine, but that is my favorite chip of all time. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will do another top 10 chips later in the future, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!